Hey, cooking with Jasper here. Get a glass cup, cut a hole in the top of the bread, put a random piece of bread on top of that, flip that over, crack an egg into there, and you guessed it, put it in the microwave for 1 minute, just long enough to you could probably still get sick. And make sure you put a 4-leaf clover on your plate for good luck, because you're going to be eating this junk raw, and you're going to need it. Anyway, pepper on top of there, fork and knife, let that run into the second bread. That's what that was for. Anyway, new way, press that down on top of here, flip that over, warm the pan up just long enough to where it still not be ready, but flip it over anyway, because we white. Crack the egg on there, warm that up just long enough to, you guessed it, put it on top of a sandwich. And then you want to cut that bread open and let that egg yolk run through the rest of your meal. And another way of doing it, you want to get an orange and cut it like so. Pull all the insides out like a jack-o'-lantern. And then you want to pull that out, put an egg in there, maybe another one. Pour some hot coffee creamer in there, or some hot milk, or some melted mayonnaise. Mix that up like so. And you want to put the lid back on the top just like that. 30 minutes later, pull that off, pull the top off. And you want to dig in there and eat it like it's yogurt. And then it tastes pretty much like mayonnaise. And then you pour this stuff on there. I think it's pretty much still eggs, what have you. Put the top of that on there. Put a little bit more on there. Spool that all the way over. Make it look like some lemon meringue pie, which is definitely not, but it tastes the same to us. Anyway, you want to put that up, slide that off like it's an omelet. Cut that open, fold it back over, and then cut it like it's cake. So you want to start off by making a regular size omelet, and you want to flip that over, except you don't want to actually cook it. You want to leave it messy on the inside. Put it over top of some Panda Express, slide that open, fold that over, put a little bit of soy sauce mixed up with a little syrup on there. And then you want to start by putting a little egg batter right here, and lay a few pieces of ham right there, and here. And then you want to sprinkle some random things on there like you would be making a taco, but it's not. Warm that up just enough to where it's still not ready to be eaten. Anyway, you want to fold that up, and you make it like it's a half-pound bean cheese burrito from Del Taco. And then what you want to do here is suck this egg yolk out, put it inside of these avocados all around like so. Yep, there you go. And put some bacon and some cheese and just things you would put on a regular breakfast item, but you don't want to put it on here. But hey, let's try it. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, take it out, looks the same way as when we put it in there. Now doesn't that look delicious? You can smell it. Anyway, you want to dig that in there, you want to taste that. Tastes just like it smells. Nasty. And once you're done with that, you want to put a little bell pepper in there, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Basically, last night's dinner, form it into morning's breakfast. Anyway, dill wheat, ham bits, or what have you. Cut that open. I call it muffin madness. Butter knife, spry that open. Just as nasty as it was when it started. Anyway, crack an egg with a spoon, peel that off. You don't even have to finish it. You can just lay it on for the kids and breakfast. Next thing you want to do, boil these, squeeze a little bit of that. Actually, put the whole thing in there. It'll change the taste. Actually, it won't. And once you're done with that, you want to take that out of there like so, just in time for arts and crafts. You want to put a little hot glue on the back of a cap, turn that right back over, and you lay that down there, spread those out pretty much evenly, lay eggs in each one of them. One here, and there. Flip it over. It makes like a 2-story chicken coop. You want to put another egg there, and there, and then, yep, you finish with that. Has nothing to do with anything. Anyway, you want to make some little bacon couplings, I like to call it. And then you want to put a little cheese on there, put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, sprinkle some things you would put on top of a taco again on there, cut that open with a butter knife. And this one here I like to call R.I.P. Jamal. Anyway, you want to put a few bacon bits in there, and you sneak it in there, and they'll never tell until it's too late. Anyway, put this in the freezer, let it freeze solid, put it in some warm water, and you want to crack the shell off. It should come off pretty easily like so. Anyway, you want to get a sharp knife, lay it on the counter, cut a few pieces, each one try to make it pretty much even with the prior piece cut. Anyway, you want to lay those down in a frying pan and fry each one individually, which serves no purpose whatsoever because I could have done this without even freezing it. Anyway, you want to smack that around, smooth that over, don't turn it over, lay it straight on top of some salad. After sprinkling confetti on there, stick that fork into there and enjoy your meal. Anyway, Valentine's Day is coming up, so, we got to be creative for the missus. Anyway, you want to sprinkle this little bit on there after doing the first layer with just the yolk, and then to turn that over after finish frying that, almost like pancakes, but tastes like eggs. Anyway, then you want to put a little bit of this on there. It won't affect the taste whatsoever because it's not in the meal. Anyway, boiling water, top ramen, random items, egg yolk, and then what you really want to do to hit it off, put a little old gravy from Thanksgiving. It wasn't too long ago, so it should be fine. Anyway, you want to swiggle it and pickle it and swiggle that around in there, and then you want to pull that up, and it tastes just like jail breakfast without doing time. Anyway, then after you finish powdering that up, you want to wrap this up in some seasoned egg yolk madness. I like to call it madness because I'm just coming up with it on top of my head. Anyway, wrap that up in some bacon, make it hug it real nice and tight like a blanket. Lay that on top of there, fry it. It's not going to cook it all the way through, but hey, We eat things almost raw. Turn it back over, make it almost like a biscuit slash chicken. And then what you want to put some sugar on top of there, because that makes everything taste better, right? Then after frying that about 3 minutes, and it's all finished. And who can pass up high blood pressure, diabetes, and salmonella at the same time? Look at that egg yolk. And then you want to do with that, you get the bag you get from the produce section, you put some fruit in. Anyway, you cut a hole in the top of that and sprinkle that around in the hot oil and all the rest of the random items they put in there. And then what you want to do with that, almost make it look like spaghetti, but then you pull it out, it's almost like how black people make gumbo, isn't it? Doesn't that taste delicious? And once you're done with that, take the egg yolk out of there, pour the whiting on top of the black olives, and then you put the mixer inside your cup. You want to mix that up to a pulp, and then you want to make sure it's dark and pasty, kind of like the black stuff that Black Panther drinks. Oh, that'll give me some strength to stand in the sun one day. And then you want to put the egg yolks back on there, all 3 of them, make it sunny side up, more like black side up, put it on the white plate, cut a piece into it, still ready. You want to call your best friend Becky over, and she'll try anything once.